Hey YouTube, Bearded Bristol back here with a little scotch for the common man, and I am the common man. I do not have an overly sensitive palate, so you're not going to pick up a lot of the academic things from me that you might from other reviewers. But what I will do is tell you what I like and what I don't. So today, I'm going to take you to Scotch school. And what I mean by that is I picked up a bottle of Teacher's Scotch today, and that is Teacher's Highland Cream. It is a blended Scotch whiskey. It's also 43% alcohol by volume, so it's fairly stout in that sense. But just to read a little note from the back here, all blended Scotch whiskies are made of two kinds of Scotch whiskey, malt and grain, but Teacher's uniquely includes higher percentage of Highland peated malt from the Ardmore distillery, a feature which contributes to its unique character and flavor. So, they're claiming to be more of a malt whiskey than a typical Scotch blend whiskey. We shall see. It's been many, many years since I have tried this. Had a bottle long time ago, so pulled off the screw top cap here, and let's dive right in. First thing I'll note, you see the funny face there. It's not because it smells bad. It's just because there's not much of a nose coming out of the bottle, which is a little bit irregular. It's there, but you'd be hard-pressed to get me to diagnose it at this stage, so we'll just jump right into pouring some into the glass and see what happens there. All right. Give her a little swirl here and see what happens. Okay, there's the nose. Interesting that it is not coming out of the bottle the same way it comes out of the glass. It's very potent out of the glass. Very strong scent of alcohol. It's not disguised very well, if I can say it that way. But there's a note of honey, picking up some of that grain. Also, some of the peat, some of the smokiness is definitely there as part of the nose. A pretty well-rounded nose outside of that alcohol burn maybe being a little stronger than I would prefer. But let's take a little taste and see what happens next. A very light, fresh finish to it. Definitely just a touch of honey there. Picking up some perhaps toffee with it, which is a nice note. Still has that smokiness to it. The peatiness is there, but it's greatly diminished. The balance between malt and grain is maybe not as bold as they would like you to think by reading the bottle. It very much tastes like a blended Scotch whiskey, and that's not a bad thing. Price point on this, by the way, was about $18.50 for $7.50, so it's very friendly in that arena. But we're going to go ahead and do another one of these. Now it doesn't coat the glass as well as I would generally like, which is a hint that maybe the finish on it is not going to last as long as I also might like. I like those strong finishing, long-lasting finishes. But like I said, there's a freshness to it that you don't find in a whole lot of scotches, which is nice. That toffee kind of note that's part of that, I think helps to balance the smokiness and that burn. I had mentioned that there was kind of a strong smell of alcohol in the nose, but it doesn't leave a burn as would a lot of, say single malt scotches even, or other blends would leave kind of a burn with that. So it's got a very mellow finish. Again, maybe not as full bodied and long lasting as I'd like, but all in all, really, I'm pleasantly surprised. I kind of thought I was going to have to lampoon this one today. And actually, now on the third sip of this, that toffee, almost butterscotchness really comes through on the tongue, and this has been a pleasant surprise. I am rather enjoying this. Like I say, I thought I was going to have to beat up on the teachers a little bit, but instead it looks like I'll be sitting in detention with the rest of my scotch. Nevertheless, I hope this is one that you might consider trying out. Yeah, I am very much a new fan of the teacher's Highland cream, and I guess I should have maybe inserted that a little heavier. There is definitely a creaminess to this also, that despite it being a little bit thin, I think it's just the way the palate comes together that leaves you with kind of that sensation, as it were. But nevertheless, that is my review of the teachers. I do recommend this. I would put this probably in the top 3 or 4 that I've tried this year, and done videos on, which is roughly a dozen, I suppose. So, if you're interested in my thoughts on some other blended scotches, feel free to look up Scotch for the Common Man. But yeah, this is a winner. I know that they had gone through a redesign a few years back. I'm not sure if that meant that they also retooled the palette a little bit, but regardless, this is, like I say, a pleasant surprise, well worth the $18.50. A good sipper, probably go well with a nice pipe and or cigar, and yeah, I'm going to sit back and relax with the rest of this. I hope you all enjoyed the interview, found a little something useful in it, and until next time, this is the Bearded Bristol and Scotch for the Common Man. We'll talk to you again soon.